Hey, how's it going? David Taub here with Epic Guitar Instruction. Hope all's going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. Today you're going to learn how to play the song Across the Universe by the Beatles, and this appeared on their 1970 record Let It Be. And the interesting thing about the song is you could say it was originally recorded in the key of D, but I think what happened was they recorded the song and then they went back and they slowed down the tape. And that's why it sounds a little bit off on the record. So here's what we're going to do so you could play along with it. Tune your guitars down to E flat, okay? Because again, the tape has been slowed down, so it kind of flattens it out a bit. So tune all the strings down 1/2 step. So the tuning we're going to play this song is E flat tuning, low to high, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. So just about 9 chords will get you the song and a couple of progressions. The interesting thing about this song is it's mainly in 4/4 time, except there's 3 verses, and in each verse of the song they do something a little differently. In the first verse there's a measure of 5 and a measure of 6 in addition to the main parts of 4/4. And in the second verse is just a measure of 5 mixed in, and then the third verse is a measure of 6. And I'll show you how to do that for each verse. So it's kind of interesting. So again, the song originally key of D major, but it's ringing out to the pitch of C sharp major. Okay, before I show you the intro lick, let's first go over the chords you're going to need to know to play the song. D major, B minor, F sharp minor, E minor 7th, you're going to need A major, A7, which we'll play by adding that G note on the high E string 3rd fret with your pinky, A7. You're also going to need an A7 sus4 chord. I use my 1st and 3rd fingers like that. And also the last chord you'll need is G minor. Now, if you're having some trouble with those bar chords or changing from the opens to the bar chords, I can really help you with that. Click on the link in the YouTube description box below. I'll send you a killer free video lesson. It's not on YouTube, it's extended play. It has my essential bar chord playing and changing techniques in it. It's packed with technique tips and exercises. The exercises are killer. They'll really get your bar chord playing and changing blasted to the next level. And I'll pair it with an ebook. And in the ebook, I have more chord charts, more lessons, more exercises. It's a killer 1-2 punch, and I'll send you both for free. Just click below. So the song starts off with this cool little intro. Let me play it for you, and then I'll go back and explain it. Sound like this. First verse. All right, so the intro of the song is based off of a D chord, F sharp minor, and A. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you're going to play, I use my 2nd and 3rd fingers together to play the 2nd fret of the high E and that G string. Then you pluck them both together, kind of like inferring that D chord. Then hit the open D string, and I'll tab this out for you. You can see it on the screen. Okay, then you're going to slide with that 2nd finger and add your 1st finger, and you're going to slide up and play these little dyads, or 2-note chords, little double stops. First one is at the 11th fret of the G string, 10th fret of the high E string. And then you're going to play, and I use my 1st and 2nd finger for that, and then I use my 2nd and 3rd finger to play the 9th fret of the high E and the G string. Then 7th fret, high E and G string. And then 6th fret on the G, 5th fret on the high E. Then you just play this note. Play that F sharp note, which is at that 7th fret of the B string. All right, so that first passage. All right, and then you can play this F sharp minor chord, but because we want to embellish it, I would play it like this. So I'm barring with my 1st finger on the high E, B, and G at the 2nd fret, and then I'm grabbing with my 3rd finger that F sharp note at the D string 4th fret. F sharp minor, but you're going to play it like this. I'm adding my pinky on the G string at the 4th fret, getting that B note in there. So you start with it off, on, off, on. It's like 8th note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you go to this A major chord and you're going to do the same kind of thing, but you're going to add on the G string on the 4th fret again. We're adding that B note. Again, 8 notes, 1 and 2 and 3 sharp, N. Notice that last time, the next last time, I came with an upstroke because you kind of, that's the melody that you hear, right? So it's kind of like this slow. So down, 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 up, down, down, down. And that's it. That's the intro. Here's the whole intro slow. Into the first verse, which is the words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. So now all you have left are verses and choruses. So the verse, let me play you the first verse and then I'll go back and break it down and explain it. It's going to sound like this. And this is the words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. Chorus. All right, on that D chord again. So verse 1, D, words are flowing, B minor, out like endless, F sharp minor, rain into a paper cup. E minor 7th, they slither, unslither, E minor 7th wildly as they slip away as A across the universe, go to that A7. Then D, pools of sorrow, B minor, waves of joy, are F sharp minor, drifting through my open mind. E minor 7, possessing, and now G minor, caressing me. And then into the chorus with the D chord. All right, the strum pattern and the timing. For most of the song, think of this pattern. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. And you could break that up, like you can, if I hold the D chord, you could play the low strings. See, on the first two downs, I play the low strings, then the whole chord kind of breaks up a bit, but we're going to take that as the bass strum. So you do it one time on words, one time on B minor, twice on F sharp minor, down, 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 up, twice on E minor 7th. Now, the A to A7th is a measure of 5, not 4. So on the A chord, you're going to go 1 and 2 and then add the A7, 3 and 4 and 5 and then it starts over again on the D. Okay, so that A to A7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, and you can use all downstrokes there. And then back to the D for a measure, one time through the strum, B minor, once through the strum, F sharp minor twice. Now, E minor 7th to G minor is a measure of 6. So on the E minor 7th, you're going to go 1 and 2 and then switch to G minor, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. All right, sounds confusing, but you'll get it. So those two chords is a measure of 6. See how it did a measure of 5, A to A7, measure of 6. I'll tell you what, I'll play it, but as I'm playing it, I'll count it. And I think this might help you feel it out, right? So D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and D for the chorus. Okay, so that's verse 1. Verse 1 goes right into the chorus, which is that Jai Garu. And basically, let me play it for you and then I'll go back and explain it. It'll sound like this. Here's the chorus. All the choruses are the same. Verse 2, images of broken broken light. Okay, so the chorus is basically, you're going to do the same strum pattern. Down, 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 up for the whole thing. First chord D, you do that 4 times. 2. Now you change to that A7 sus4 chord 2 times. Then you go to the A for the nothing's gonna change my world. On the world, so you do the A chord 2 times through the strum. World, you change to A7 for 2 times. Then nothing, go to G for 2 times through the strum, D, world. And it repeats, A, nothing is gonna change my world, A7, 2 times through the strum, G, nothing's gonna change my world, 2 times through the strum. Next verse, images of broken light. So that chorus appears 3 times in the song, and the outro of the song is basically he just plays the chorus. He just stays on that ja, garu, which I'm not pronouncing right, and he just kind of holds that, and it fades out. So you can just hold it, just kind of let it ring, and the song will end, okay? So the only other thing we have to go over is verse 2 and verse 3, because they're a little bit different. Verse 2, images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes. It's a little different. He does the ending of the verse a little bit different, and the timing is a little different. So I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and play it, and then I'll go back and explain it. Verse 2 will sound like this. And if you could do me a huge favor, please subscribe to the channel. You know, that really helps us, and subscribing to the channel really helps us to keep the content coming, and ring that subscription bell, because then you'll be notified when we have new lessons posted. Also, leave me a comment below. Let me know how you like this lesson. Let me know what lessons you'd like to see coming up in the future. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. All right, so the few changes in verse 2. D, images of broken, B minor, light which dance, F sharp minor, which you do 2 times through the strum, just like before me like a million eyes, E minor 7 twice. But notice they call on me across A, and then A7 is straight 4/4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D. Thoughts that meander like a restless wind. F sharp minor twice, again, E minor 7, tumble blindly, the way across the universe. Now the last 2 chords at A to A7 is a measure of 5. So the whole verse up until then is 4, until that very end, and the way you could do that is 4 counts on the A, and then 1 on the A7, like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and then you go into the D chord for the chorus. So it's just a measure 5, the last 2 chords, A to A7 in verse 2. Now verse 3 is interesting because that's sounds of laughter, shades of life are ringing through my opened eyes. Inciting and inviting. That inciting and inviting, E minor 7th to G minor, is a measure of 6. And this is just like we did in the first verse, that measure of 6 between those 2 chords. Here's the third verse. I'll play it for you. Alright, so it's pretty much just like the first verse, except sounds of laughter, D, shades of life are ringing, F sharp minor, through my open ears, inciting and inviting. That's the measure of 6. So on the E minor 7th, 1 and 2, and then go to the G minor, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and... Okay, so from that F sharp minor before... And that's the difference in verse 3. So it's really interesting, the timing parts. Like in the first verse, it's a measure of 5 and a measure of 6 added to the 4/4. In the second verse, it's just a measure of 5 added to the end of the verse in 4/4. And in verse 3, it's kind of like a measure of 6 added more earlier on in the beginning of the 4/4 verse. So kind of cool. So now you have all three verses, choruses are all the same, you got the whole song. That's Across the Universe. Really fun song to play on one guitar. I think you'll really enjoy that one. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. That really helps us. It helps us to keep the content coming. And ring the subscription bell, then you'll be notified when we have new lessons posted. Also, don't forget to get my killer extended play free video lesson and free ebook on essential bar chord playing techniques and exercises. Just click on that link below and I'll send you the video lesson and ebook for free. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and thank you so much for your support over the years and years. Keep up all that hard work on those guitars. Keep having fun with them. Swing for the fences. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. So enjoy the journey. Take care, rock on. See you in the next lesson.